the cursor rules file, which we will look detail. And this is we are just asking it, what is the latest NVIDIA price and what are the contents of the change log for cursor? And after that, it's immediately thinking that it needs to create a tool. It is looking for tools.py, but it doesn't exist because it's instructed to do so, just in case it already has the tools. And then it's actually going to now create the tools, functions to fetch stock prices.
Oh my God, they put a summary here?
So it is generalizing. Cool. If you look here, it has created tools.py file with get stock price and get web page content, which takes in, this one takes in the ticker argument, and this one takes in the URL argument. And after that, it's going to run the tools as a terminal command. As you can see, it's calling the get web page content, importing and calling get stock price with NVIDIA and get web page content with the URL we have provided. And it has gotten some results, and then it's actually going to run it again, but it is an error for NVIDIA stock price, but successfully fetched the cursor change log. It's going to actually modify the function for get stock price and run it again. And now, I don't know if you saw it, but it has actually gotten the stock price plus the content for the changelog. And now it is answering the question that NVIDIA's latest stock price is this, and the latest cursor update is version 0.43, which is correct, I believe. And now we are asking it to write it to file. It's creating a script to run it. We run it, and now we have the results written into a file. And now, what if we start a new session? So let's say you close your cursor window and open it. It still has the tools.py file. What would happen here? We are asking what is the price of Apple, and it wants to check the tools.py. After it checks it, see, great, we already have a get stock price function. So then it just calls it with Apple, and we get the price for Apple, and it actually answers it. So this is it. We can review the code for this, but we can first run this so we can see how it would work in real time. Let's ask it a math question. It's first multiplication, and it's going to read the tools.py file first, and it's going to update it. Sorry, we don't have the tools.py because I've deleted it. It has created a tool to calculate to calculate any numbers, two numbers with an operation, so it generalized pretty well. Here it wants us to run this command. Let's run it, and the result is 2,100,000 something, and it answers us. And now, if you were to ask what is like divided by 45, then it should see it wants to call the already existing tool. So you can actually build entire agentic workflows straight from cursor. Sorry. Okay, and so let's take a look. The important thing here is the cursor rules file. And let's just read it. And I will also provide this in my Patreon for free. You just have to become a free patron. Let's see what's in here real quick. And this would be a quick video, really. But before we continue, I'd like to mention that you can find all my free LLM-powered coding videos, for all 400 plus of them, at my website, echohive.live. And if you do become a paying patron, you get to download the source code for each and every one of them conveniently. For example, so turn sales calls into deals. You just click on it, takes you to Patreon, and you can find the source code here attached as a zip file. And also check out my 1000x Cursor course if you're interested in getting better with Cursor. I think this would be really invaluable. You can watch the first chapter for free and preview each chapter for 2 minutes. And I will be updating the course with new agentic workflow. So essentially, it just runs off of this cursor rules file. And we start with saying general guidelines for creating, utilizing tools in tools.py. Initial assessment. Before creating new tools, read through tools.py to understand existing tools and their functionalities. Tool creation, create new tools as functions within tools.py. If tools.py doesn't exist, create it. So if you want Cursor to create these new tools as functions, and ensure that tools are designed to be imported and executed via terminal commands, not run directly. The reason is, when Cursor actually runs these terminal commands with the agentic composer, it has a tendency to actually just run.
I'm working on developing my replan of deploying candles. O3's got you back on it? Nice, dude. It's cool to hear O3's working. The Echo Dive videos are even better. Cursor list has only none of the language I use at work except Python. Maybe I need to create them. Yeah, dude. Create them. Launch that. Launch it, bro. Launch it, dude. This guy, Echo Hive, is worth subscribing to. I have almost subscribed to his monthly, but at 50 a month, I am still on the fence.
Files such as Python space main.py. But instead, what we wanted to do is use this -c command and actually run a Python script. Here, if you see, from tools import calculate and run that function. So essentially, we wanted to execute some simple Python code, importing these functions and executing them. So that's what we are going to try to describe. Function design. Develop tools for tasks requiring precision and those not easily executable manually. Make tools generalizable to handle a wide range of inputs, ensuring reusability for future tasks. That's why when it created this tool, it didn't only do multiplication, it did calculate, and it also put an operation argument, so it can actually calculate any operation. For example, instead of creating a function for a specific stock or URL, designed it to accept any stock ticker or URL, and it applied this, generalized this to calculation here just fine. Name functions that reflect their general nature, ensuring they're not limited to specific use case. This enhances flexibility, adaptability, future applications. So I actually have another method of doing this, which I'll make a separate video about. Essentially, this method doesn't require you to define any function definition. Everything is self-contained in the tools.py or whatever you want to name it. You can create any function there. As long as cursor reads that file, it'll know what tools it has. Okay, all right. Output. Tools must always print their output. This is very important because normally with a function calling style scripts, if you've written any, you'll know that the general loop system will actually take whatever the function is returning. Here, that is not the case because this wasn't designed for that purpose. This was just designed to run some files, maybe pip install requirements. So essentially, this doesn't have access to what the function returns. This is the terminal, but it has access to what it prints, right? And so that's why we're saying tools must always print their output. They can also return them. I'm not sure if it is returning. Yeah, there's no harm in returning, but that's not really doing us any good. Okay, execution. Do not run tools.py directly, right? We don't want it to run files. Import functions, execute them with the correct parameters via terminal. Always use the Python-C and then imports and whatnot, commands to run tools, ensuring no additional scripts are created for execution. Generalization. Thoroughly assess the potential range of inputs, design functions to accommodate the broadest possible spectrum of arguments, and we've seen it do that
We
with this
must
calculator.
keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving.
Or if it was a
Yo,
scraper,
Trent, thank
you
you, bro.
wanted
Love
to take
you too.
any URL. Design functions to accept parameters that cover the most general cases, allowing them to handle a wide variety of scenarios. Ensure that functions can handle various data types and structures, allowing for maximum flexibility. If a request involves distinct tasks, create separate functions.